Um, Ladies and gentlemen, good day. This is lecture for Module 5 in GSP 1201, 2201, that is the use of English. As you are aware, Module 5 is the spoken English. And the aim of the module is to provide a kind of a practical explanation and drills that one may require to enhance his or her ability in developing effective speaking skill in the English language. As such, issues related to the English sound, syllable structure, stress, and intonation are discussed in the module. Okay, to start with, speaking about the English sound system, we said sound systems in English are classified into two. That is, they are either, the classification is that of consonant and vowel. By consonant and vowels, we mean the complete sound system that is obtainable in the English language. The vowel can be understood as either being monotones, that is, those that have one or that exist in single or diphthongs, that is, those that exist in pairs. And again, English spelling is not necessarily related to the way the words are pronounced. So we should take it into account that English sound system is different from the alphabet system. However, they are related. English sound system is a kind of a practical representation of what we pronounce, not what we write as representation. While English alphabet consists of 26 letters, English consonant has 24 consonant sound. And at the same time, while we have 5 vowel sound in English alphabet, there are 20 vowel sound in pronunciation or in English sound system. Jointly put, there are 44 sound in English sound system. As it is represented in the diagram below, there are a total of 44 sounds, of which 24 are consonant, 20 are vowel. In this 24 consonant, 15 are said to be voice. That is, there is a kind of accompanying vibration in the course of their production. And for the voiceless, there are 9 voiceless sounds. That is, sounds that are pronounced with a relative ease. That is a kind of free flow of air at the course of their pronunciation. Then, of the vowel, we said there are 20 vowel sounds. Of this vowel, 12 are single letter vowels, that is, they exist as a single sound, while the 8 are diphthongs, that is, they are in pairs, a combination of two sounds. And these monotones can either be long or short. So from the 12 monotones, there are 5 long sounds and 7 short sounds. Okay, the sounds are provided here, starting with the consonant sound b, d, g, b, z, d, z, z, j, wa, na, ma, r, ya, ng, la. This is for the voice sound. One may notice that when you place your hand on your throat as you pronounce this sound, you will feel a kind of relative vibration there. That is, what normally causes this is that the vocal folds are open and closed in the course of producing this sound. While for the voiceless are sounds that are pronounced with a relative ease, that is a kind of free flow of air at the level of the vocal cords. That is the two pole within them, within human what? Glottis. That is within one throat, which serve as an opening for the air release. Okay, the voiceless sound are pa, ta, ka, pa, ti, s, sha, cha, ha. Okay, this for the sound. Putting together, we have 24 consonant sound, and for the vowel sound, we have what we call monotone. That is one word vowels or one letter vowels, and there are what we call diphthongs, which exist in pair. That is in twos, or if you like, a double sound system. For the monotone, we have e, which is a long sound. We have oo, we have we have o, we have ow. For the short one, we have e, u, e, a, u, ow, o. For the diphthongs, we have e, wa, a, oi, I, ua, ow. These are for the diphthong sound. Let's distinguish this from the conventional alphabet that we know. This is sound system representing the sound that we're supposed to use or we're supposed to pronounce, not what we're supposed to see written. Okay. Then the next thing is minimal pairs. What is minimal pairs? When we talk of minimal pairs, it refers to a situation whereby two words are only contrasted in one sound. That is, where you have two identical sounds in form, except for a contrast that occur in one sound position, and the sound position should be the same. We have some examples here. The word pat and bat, pan and ban, bet and bat, cat and cut. As you can see in the first sound, the sound p and ba are the contrasting sound. Pan and ban, that is the pa and ba, are the contrasting sound. In the non-battle, we have a and a as contrasting sound. We have bet, bat. We have cat and cut. We have a and u as contrasting sound. This one we mean by the minimal pairs. Oh, there may be other examples which I believe you can also generate on this thing. Then the next issue in sound system is what we call vowel mutation. We said vowel mutation refers to a situation whereby a vowel sound is realized in one form of an English word but different in another form of words. For example, the sound a in drive changes to another vowel sound when the form of the word reads drivation, which requires the long e sound. Here are more examples of such words. Number one, we have divide, division, decide, decision, criticize, criticism, multiply, multiplication. You can see that these sounds are already altered as what they are before and how a change through inflection caused them to change from their original form, from their initial form. Syllable structures and consonant cluster. Okay. A syllable is a word or part of word which contains a sound, a consonant, and a vowel, often represented as CB. In other words, syllable refers to a unit of words or a combination of consonant, one or more consonant, and vowel that is pronounced as a unit, or a kind of, in simpler terms, a pronunciation unit, a unit that is pronounced as one. For instance, the word go is a word and a syllable, because in this way we mean there is only one syllable in the word go. That is, we have a consonant and a vowel. Word like liba consists of two syllables, the li, which you pronounce as ba, and ba. So you have two consonants, two syllables in word like liba. On general note, a syllable must contain a vowel sound, which is called a nucleus. That is, for a syllable to make a nucleus, there must be a syllables to be one. There must be a vowel sound, which is called the nucleus of it. This means that a vowel sound can constitute a syllable in a word. For example, the initial a in away. Away, you have this syllables. The a here stands as a syllable. That is what I mean by pronunciation unit. Here we give example of words that have one syllable word, two syllabic word. That is what we call monosyllabic word, disyllabic word, trisyllabic word, and or if you like multisyllabic word starting from 3 to 8. We have some example. Photograph as trisyllabic. One example of po is comparable. Pipe, we have words like selectivity, extravagancy, consideration. For the 6 levels, we have words like extraordinary, superiority, internationalize, and what have you. For the 7th levels, we have words like intelligibility, irresponsibility, industrialization. 8th level words, we have examples like irreconcilability, internationalization, and what have you. A consonant cluster. A consonant cluster refers to a situation whereby a word or a syllables in a word contain two or more consonants without an intervening vowel. Whenever you have a kind of a cluster of a vowel without an intervening, a cluster of consonant sound without an intervening vowel, you have what is called consonant cluster. Think of it like strike, stream, start, and what have you. In other words, a consonant cluster is a sequence of two or more consonants between which there is no vowel. Take a word, for example, pre. You have F or sound pa and sound ra forming a cluster. And again, you have examples like strike, stream, and what have you. You have two consonant cluster, as examples are given here: travel, dress, pleasure, bright, prince, tree, style, school, and what have you. You may have 3-word consonant cluster like spring, splash, script, helps, corrupt, and what have you. For the 4-consonant cluster, 4-word consonant cluster, you have like exclaim, explain, we have words like is, 12, 7th, and what have you. Stress and intonation. Okay, in doing sound system in English, we said the English sound system has two subdivisions, namely the segmental and non-segmental. Under the segmental, we study sound system, the consonant and vowel. That is, we deal with the segment, consonant and vowel. While in the non-segmental, we look at, or suprasegmental, we look at things that are associated with pronunciation. Not the sound proper, but realization and their relationship, or what relates to their production. In this pattern, we have things like stress, tone, and intonation. What do we mean by the stress? We said the prominence given to a syllable, that is a characteristic, a kind of rise that accompanies projection of sound. Rise in speed, the accompanying projection of sound is called what? A stress. That is a prominence that is assigned to a particular syllable. In many languages like English, certain syllables in a word are louder slightly, higher in pitch, and somewhat longer in duration than others in the word. This type of syllables are referred to as stressed syllables. Stress plays a very important role in English pronunciation. Inability to stress the right syllable in a word often distorts in the forms of the words as well as its meaning. Take for example word like export, and then export, then export. In the first one, export is a noun. So the first syllable is stressed. Export. Export. You see the second stress in the second word, in the second pronunciation, the second syllable is what? Stress, that is given prominence. So stress plays a very important role in English pronunciation, and it can change a word class from being a noun to a pronoun if care is not taken in the course of what? Assigning prominence. It should be noticed that form words such as determinants, pronouns, preposition, auxiliaries tend not to be stressed ordinarily, except for special emphasis. That's the only contain word as stressed. There are what we call grammatical words, words like determinants, pronoun, preposition, auxiliaries. This kind of words are not stressed, except for special emphasis. So only words like noun, verb, adjective are stressed. In word of one syllable, the stress part in word of one syllable, the stress part on the one syllable, for example, in words like short, tall, broom, skin, space, man, here, or hair. You can see that there's in words of two syllables, there are two ways. Some of these words take the stress on the first syllable, whereas others on the second. For example, farmer, teacher, madam, curfew, inform, concern, consume, record. I would like to stress here is that the word on the left, on the right hand, sorry, the word on the left hand are said to be noun. So naturally, in two syllabic words, nouns are normally stressed at the first syllable, while verbs are normally stressed on the second syllable. That is, those words that are placed on the right hand side are said to be verb, and they are therefore stressed on the second syllable. Moreover, there are some English words that are stressed on the first syllable when used as noun, and on the second when used as verb. For example, we have contract and contract, insult and insult, contrast and contrast. Word of three syllables may be stressed on the first, second, or third syllable depending on the particular word. For example, the first one are those that are stressed on the first syllables, words like telephone, bachelor, barista. Those that are stressed on the second syllables include imperial, enjoyment, superior. Those that are stressed on the third syllables are words like guarantee, addressee, refugee. Words of fourth syllable also fall into four categories. There are some words that attract stress on the first syllables, while others on the second, third, or fourth, as the case may be. For example, those that are stressed on the first syllables include words like comparable, humanism, experience, intelligent, compensation, agriculture, Vietnamese, officialize. What consisting of pi syllables may have one of them stressed, whether the first, second, third, or fourth syllable, depending on the word. For example, those that are stressed on the first syllables include capitalism, regionalism, nationalism. On the second, we have what like exploratory, irreparable, comparatively, selectivity, meritocracy, collectivity, cooperation, consideration, reintegration, as the case may be. Then the next thing is intonation pattern. When we talk of intonation, we mean the characterized rise and fall which give English sound its characterized melody. That is, unlike citrate, which is most of the time operate at word level, intonation operate at sentence level. Every kind of sentence has its own intonation pattern. Intonation refers to the general direction of your voice when you utter a sentence or phrase, how the voice rises and how it falls. You can usually tell, even if you do not speak a language, when someone is asking a question or making a statement. Intonation is determined by a falling or rising tone or both. In general, falling tone is used in simple declarative sentence. Take note, falling tone is used in declarative sentence, commands, and WH questions, whereas a rising tone is used in polite requests, yes and no question, and listing of items. The fall rise is used in long question and long sentence, while exclamatory sentence require that whole sentence remain high. As I have said, the falling tone, we use falling tone in declarative, that is statement, in command, and WH question. While we use rising tone in yes and no question, polite request, listing of item, while fall and rise is used in long question or long sentence. And again, for exclamatory mark, there is always what? A complete rise. That is. And we can see that polite requests, which we said are normally accompanied by a rising tone, we have bring the back here, please. Can you type a little faster, please? Can I come with you? Yes and no question. We have, did you tell him? Is it important? Are you a student? A listing of items. She bought a pair of shoes, a bag, and a bell. There are many things in the room, such as bed, chair, table, and fan. There are situations whereby both fall and rise tune are used. For example, in pronunciation of a clause, when you are ready, I will bring the question paper. If it is time, let me know. If it is time, Pauline, let me know. When the man arrived, the program had already started. In question tags, we have both rising and falling tone used. Fall and rising tone. Use of English lecture is interesting, isn't it? Learning is a process, isn't it? Learning is a process, Pauline, isn't it? You have already searched for the course, haven't you? While there's an exclamatory sentence, that is, sentence that requires the use of exclamation, we use all rising tune. For example, he's the new BC. They are withdrawn. You have succeeded. Oh God. Oh goodness. And what have you? All these have what? A kind of all high tune. This brings us to the end of the lecture for the module 5. In our next lecture, we are going to look at language, literature, and style, which will be the module, our last module, module 7. Remember, our module 6 has already been taken care of in module 3 lecture. Thank you for the time. Thank you for the listening. You are encouraged to go through, make question, comment, and observation. Thank you.